is Casey Clark. He is the founder of Keeper Wars, and we are going to talk to him about what that is, the event that's coming up, and all things Keeper Wars. So, Casey, thanks so much for joining us. And sorry you're stuck with the D team today.
Yeah. Hey, I wouldn't know any better if you didn't tell me. You know. So
dang, I should have kept it quiet. My fault. My fault.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you, and we're very excited to have your event here in Polk County. So tell the viewers about the event, what it is, and what's coming up.
So this is a very unique, funky part of soccer. All right. So when we put on these events, I was a goalkeeper growing up, and we got to basically put on one of these. And I was a high school student when I first came involved in it. So people state that I made this game. I didn't make the game. I did bring a national platform to it to give some goalkeepers some love. And so with it, we bring in a 1v1 tournament. We throw out all the other stuff in soccer, and we make the only one, in my opinion, that matters is the goalkeepers. We bring them onto a field, very small. We have sanctioned rules, and basically they are punting it, kicking it, throwing it, whatever they can do to try and score on the other keeper, and the other keepers try and do the same thing to them.
So you said a couple times you think it's the most important position. I'm guessing you were a goalkeeper.
I was, yes. I'm a little bit biased, but yes, I'll go toe-to-toe with anybody that says different.
So talk about how some of the I can picture it in my head, but how far apart are the goals? What are some of the dimensions? What are we looking at here?
So think about a full-size field is about 120 yards. Yeah. We completely throw that out. We have 18 yards roughly is what our field length is, and then we have shooting distance that they get to go up to. They get to kick all of these things, and then from that we are getting national qualifiers at this event here in Florida.
And it was really fun to watch on YouTube. If folks have a time to come on out and take a watch, come out and take a look. This is really worth. This was fun to watch. So it is all different age ranges, co-ed. I saw a lot of male versus female out there, and just short, quick, all sorts of different attempts. It's got to be really fun for the goalkeepers to kind of think outside of the box.
Oh, 100%. And to kind of back up how fun it is, we get on average 9 states of keepers that come to every single one of these events. And so we're super excited to bring it to Florida, with Florida Youth Soccer Association helping us out to make this happen, and bringing it to Polk County in general to basically have an annual event every year. And right now we have 2 annual events that we bring in. But these keepers absolutely love it. It's their one time where they're not on an island. They get a whole community that's all about them. And then our following keeper base is growing because of just how much fun they're having at our events.
Well, yeah, talk about it. Obviously, as a keeper, and you were one, it can get boring there sometimes. You're watching a lot of the game, but then you're the center of attention for the most important parts of the game. But talk about how, from a goalkeeper perspective, how that is. I mean, they're going at it. Is there any stoppage in it, or they're just constantly just throwing and kicking the ball back and forth?
Yeah, so this is a 3-minute half, a 1-minute break, and another 3-minute half. Now, people think, oh, that's nothing. Yeah. But once they start watching our event, seeing them diving around, constant action, a whole bunch of shots, a whole bunch of saves, it is a major fitness test for these goalkeepers to kind of showcase what they're made of and what they need to work on. And something that I want to kind of point out as a goalkeeper, we'll get a very positive interaction at our events, because usually goalkeepers are only seen when things go wrong. Right? I've been on the wrong side of ESPN myself, and it is not a fun place to be, but we give a platform that's basically the positive side. Show them some love, give them some appreciation, and give them a national platform to where if they're good enough, they're going to be seen, they're going to get to go places.
So you hinted at it with the ESPN, but you did more than just youth soccer. So I'm going to let you brag a little bit here. Arena soccer. You did quite a bit. So.
Yeah, so I'm not one to boast. I wasn't the best in the world. I will never say that, but I got to go places with my career, and basically I got to sign professional indoor and professional outdoor contracts to go play around the U.S. and in different countries, and I'm blessed to be able to do that. And once I got done playing, okay, what do I do now? How am I going to keep going? And basically we put on a local event in St. Louis, Missouri. And we had over 100 keepers come out to that. And the 2 questions I kept getting from parents was, when's the next one? And what else can I do to help my keeper be better at this event? And at that point, we knew there's something here, and we needed to reach out and see what else we could do. And this is my way of kind of giving back to the next generation of goalkeepers.
And you just talked about your path to where you got to. But how did you choose you wanted to be a goalkeeper? Obviously, we know I have a son that plays soccer, and you'll throw somebody in goal here and there.
He's our big soccer fan in the office too.
Okay.
So
You'll throw somebody in goal here and there. But when did you know, like, hey, this, I may have gotten thrown in here to play a half or a whole game there, but when did you know that was your position?
Oh man, so go way back. Okay, I started like 9 years old. I was playing all the sports. Okay, I was everything. Whatever had a ball in a competition, I was in. But then I started this whole soccer thing, and my whole family, not soccer people. They're football through and through, baseball, and they kind of looked at me funny when I started doing soccer. But I jumped in goal, and probably because I was the slower one on the field and wasn't made for running around and everything, but I was a little bit different in terms of I was not afraid to get in front of stuff that other people wouldn't. And I started to shine there. And somebody would say that maybe I had a couple screws loose, and I would say maybe that's okay, and maybe that's why I was able to be successful at it. But I would say around 9 years old I started. And then come high school is where I got very serious, and once I started getting some records and things and being looked at, hey, maybe I can actually do something with this. Maybe I can go to college. And then got to go past that.
So we talked a little bit off camera about where you grew up. Turlock, California, not a hotbed for soccer.
No.
So I mean, you're right outside of Modesto, and I mean, it must have really been a stretch.
Yeah, it was, and I was blessed to be on a great club team. We were able to win a state championship there, and it was kind of a fluke thing, right? Like you said, there wasn't a whole bunch of soccer going on at that time. We had the San Jose Earthquakes, but that was a ways away from us, and I was a big agriculture place. So if you guys know, leading in agriculture, all the stuff that we bring in California, that's kind of where I was from, and showed cattle, things like that. But then this whole soccer thing kind of took off, and yeah, I would have to drive an hour to get to a goalkeeping training session, and it was a lot, but I think it worked out in the end.
Well, when it comes to Keeper Wars, we talked about the different people that compete. What are the age groups? Where does it start? Where does it go up to?
Yeah, so our focus at Keeper Wars Inc. is basically the youth development side. And so we have 9U is our starting point. That's our development bracket. There's no national qualifying there, but then we have 10U up to 19U in our age groups for both genders, like you said. And so from this, we have 2-year age brackets. Every winner at every one of our national qualifying events gets to join us at our national championship, where we roughly have 250 keepers from 35 different states join us at that. And that's where we hold at ESPN this last 2 years.
Wow. And you talked about the development side of it. I mean, you have to have some great success stories from kids that have gone up through the system. Now they're going and playing keeper at different levels.
We're going to need another hour session to go into all these stories. I mean,
we can have it.
The amount of emails and correspondence and parents in tears at our event just thanking us for having this, and this is exactly what our keeper needed. Our building block for this was I wanted to build something that I wish I had when I was growing up. And if I got a nickel for every time a parent came up to me and I wish we had that when I was growing up, I would be a wealthier man. We'll just say that, all right? And basically, our parents and our community is the biggest thing that sets us apart from just another competition. Besides giving back to goalkeepers, we have families that travel with us around the U.S. to be a part of our community. And the weird part of being an isolated position when you're going from team to team, you're kind of different from all the other players on the team. You don't really connect in that level, and you don't really know where you stand as the goalkeeper position. And our event changes that. And we're able to get a whole bunch of goalkeepers that have the same struggles, the same challenges, the last line of defense, and they all have that in common. And so do the parents. And our community at our events is pretty special. And outside of just the game, we make it a party. We have music playing, we have loudspeakers, a DJ, we got all kinds of things going on, because that's exactly what I wish I had when I was growing up.
Wow. And you mentioned the partnership with FYSA. Obviously, they're based here in Polk County at the Lake Myrtle Sports Park. Talk about the future. What can we look for? We have the event coming up this weekend, but definitely want to have some more events down the road.
Yeah, so Joel, the ED there, he's been a huge part of helping us there, along with Sarah and a lot of other people there to make this happen. And the biggest thing was, look, there's a need here. We want to do a lot. We don't have a lot of money, but there's something that we need to give back. And they absolutely jumped on board with that. And so we're super grateful to have Florida Youth Soccer a part of what we're doing. And our plans going forward, we're going to be continuing to bring these events back. We plan one in May, one in December, and as annual events that will lead into the Nationals. And so from that, that's our main building block. We look to potentially expand out to the entirety of Florida. There's a big state here, and we got to reach a few other places as well. But we're planning to expand in a lot of different ways like that.
Wow. Need to add a seniors division so Jack and I can get out there.
Yeah.
I will mention we have a cash prize tournament that happens the day before for
That's
adults.
awesome. Okay.
So we will. So
Okay.
yes, Friday evenings is when that happens.
Can I use my cane?
Yeah. I don't know. That's the guy you
ask
asked
him.
right there.
I'll have to talk to the boss and see what we can do.
But for more information, not only about this event this weekend, but Keeper Wars in general, where can people find that?
So check us out, keeperwarsinc.com, inks with a K.com,
Nice.
and from that it has our entirety of our schedule. So after this event, we're going to San Antonio the next weekend, then we go to Wichita, then we're in Iowa. We have a big circus that travels around the U.S. to put these events on for goalkeepers. So check us out there, shows everything about us and what we're doing in the future.
Big circus, and Casey Clark is the ringmaster of Keeper Wars. They're here in Polk County this weekend, and they will be back in the future as well. So thanks again for taking time to join us today.
Thank you, guys. This is great.
If you enjoyed this interview and want to watch more Sports Central, click the video below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.